But wait. Oh, sounds like an infomercial. With insulin. Now, there's a whole chapter on insulin. Now, I want you to know a few things about insulin. First, it's given to people with diabetes. And you probably know somebody who takes insulin. It's given by injection, and there's several different kinds of insulin syringes. Here's the deal. You better pay attention to me. Those other syringes we looked at on the previous video, you don't use those to give insulin. You use special syringes. They're called insulin syringes. Ooh, that's tricky. You use those special ones to give insulin in. Now, there's two broad general types or strengths of insulin. One is called U100 insulin, and that's the most common type. And you can look in your book in that chapter, and you'll see most of the bottles they say U100. That means, and you better know this, that means there are 100 units of insulin per milliliter. Oh, stop, wait, though, I gotta talk about something else. What's a unit? I don't know, I made it up. Here's the deal about units. We're acquainted with some volume measurements. Teaspoons, tablespoons, milliliters. We know some weight measurements. Grams, milligrams, micrograms. Well, this isn't really either. This is not volume. It's not weight. It's just kind of something weird and separate all by itself. There are several medications that are measured in units. The thing is, hey, penicillin is. But a unit of penicillin is not the same amount as a unit of insulin. Heparin, same thing there. It's measured in units, but a unit of heparin is not at all the same amount as a unit in insulin or penicillin. They're all different. The main thing is, it doesn't matter what it is or how much it is, that doesn't matter. Because one really nice thing about giving insulin is you're never going to do a dosage calculation problem. Did you hear me? That's a good thing. Meaning, and I see students all the time, like the final comes along. Well, that's half a semester away and they kind of forget. And I see on their test they try to work out a dosage calculation, but you don't work out a dosage calculation problem with insulin. I'll show you more detail, but if you're told to give 46 units, U100 insulin, you just mark insulin syringe at the 46 unit mark. That's it. So you don't do any math, but you still need to know what this means. So just know what U100 insulin means. There's 100 units per milliliter. Now, growing in popularity, in one sense, is this new kind, fairly new. The new kid on the block. U500, well, duh, if U100 means there's 100 units per milliliter, guess what U500 means? Yes, there are 500 units per milliliter. It's 5 times more powerful, it's 5 times stronger, and you will use separate syringes for those. So the normal, typical insulin syringes, which I'm going to show you in the next video lecture, you use those for this. It takes a special U500 syringe to give this in. And I'll show you a picture and talk about that too. So those are the two kinds in reference to their strength. Now when I say types, there's all kinds of other types. You'll see names, look in the book, and you'll see there's Lente and Ultra Lente and Lantus, and there's regular, and there's NPH, and I think there's a Dudley, whatever. You don't need to know what those are. All you have to know is this. You'll see real life kind of problems in the book. Well, let's say give 12 units of NPH insulin. Well, it doesn't matter which one that is. Realize just this simple fact. Some of those, when you inject them, act rapidly. Some, when you inject them, they kick in later. They act very slow. They're slow acting. Some are kind of in between, intermediate acting. But you don't have to know, is the NPH a faster, slower, whatever, or the Lente or Ultra Lente or the Lanta. I don't know. You don't have to know. I don't know that kind of stuff. I'm not a nurse. You don't have to know that. Just realize they put that in the problem to make it look like a real world kind of problem. You don't need to know which kind is what. All you have to know is it U100 or is it U500, and use a different syringe for each of those. So, you'll have a whole bunch of problems where this, like I said in the introductory stuff, you'll have a syringe, you'll have a number in units, and you mark the little syringe as if you're filling it yourself as a nurse. You'll have others where it'll be marked already, and you say, oh, that represents 37 units. So either way, whether you're given the number and you mark the syringe, or you are given a blank syringe and it's marked, you tell how much it is, know to do both of those. So the next video, I guess, will be me showing you these insulin syringes. First, I'll do the U100 syringes. I'll show you those, how you mark them, and then we'll go from there, and I'll think of something as we go.